Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Alan. I'm here with Dakota, and we've got ourselves a little match on our hands. EKU White in the grand finals of ECAC Division D.
Oh yeah, this is exciting to see. Currently an undefeated team right here.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe this is the University of Louisiana Red, RCE Red. And nevertheless, we find ourselves going into the grand final, starting off on Skyscraper. And pretty standard bans across the floor so far. I do see, RCE Red, we were banning some shield ops, probably some counterplay material there, as I feel like the last time we watched EKU White, we did see them enjoying the shield operators quite a bit.
Oh yeah. Honestly, 2 weeks ago we saw both teams really play into those shield comps. We saw the ever annoying Monty in a corner over the diffuser, just timing them out and stuff. So the shield ban is definitely to be expected.
We still have the Montaigne regardless. EKU are going to be starting off on the attack, and let's look at their roster a little bit. We've got a Grim in there, we've got Capital, Montaigne, Nomad. Pretty standard across the board for an attacker roster.
Bomb located by attackers.
If I were to guess how this round is going to go, we've seen a lot from EKU White on that window right there on B site. We will have someone typically hang upside down in that window. We've seen them at least get one most rounds they're there, up to 3 kills just in that one window through that.
They know how they like to play, I'll give it to them. On the side of RCE, we do see lots of traps making up this this roster. The Malusi, the Capcan, the Legion, the Frost. Lots of traps playing for some, kind of roam area denial kind of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of wanting to slow down that attacker's push as well. Make sure that we know where they're at all times.
And Infecto looking to make some first contact. We are going to get a drone out here. Gain some intel around the hallway. Will spot Demonator. Through the peak hole, down goes Yugo. That's a tough one, just not aware of the little hidey hole. Serpent does get hit by the Legion trap, so we'll have to back up, taking a little bit of damage as he moves out of the way.
Yeah, and that Osa dropping that quick is really unfortunate. We've seen a lot of play around that, them getting in that information and teammates shooting from behind them.
Yeah, Serpent doing a great job here, trying to isolate the gunfight, get some numbers back towards the way of EKU White, as K-Bomb did drop as well. And now, EKU, they're forced to slow down a little bit, recalibrate, readjust, figure out where they want to go next.
Yeah, we do have 2 people kind of holding angles on that Monty.
And Dissect, a nice shot there on the Kiwi, not much you could do there. Serpent will around the corner. Does give it up, will go back for the gunfight, and he is going to take it, will win that one. Infecto Man finds his own, he brings us back to a 2 versus 3.
Not the situation you want to be in round 1, however, looking at the health, it's not too bad for him.
Especially the info gains. RC Red, they have to contend with a few angles, but now they only have to contend with one. Info is good here on Serpent. And yeah, impact grenades coming out, melees are in. And that will do it for round number 1. Unfortunate for EKU, but just the way the round started, some first blood's not going their way. Talk to me a little bit about Skyscraper. What should we expect across this entire storyline that we'll see in this map?
Now, really, Skyscraper's a map, you'll see the classic, working from that top floor, kind of gaining your intel. Lots of times shooting through those hatches above sites on the first floor. But I'm genuinely surprised last round we didn't see, like I was saying, we've seen EKU White kind of play out that window in B every time, and I didn't notice it in that round. So an interesting switch up on their strategy there. So if we up in that top floor again, we may see that happen.
Couple of switches here. The Tachanka coming out of nowhere from Headhunter. This is the first time I believe I've casted a game and we have seen Tachanka.
Yeah, Tachanka's usually one of those picks you'll see if they put, like EKU did last round, if they show out with those 2 shield operators again, just being able to shoot that fire on the floor below them kind of puts some literal fire under their feet, make them have to move out of their positionings. However, it looks like EKU is expected kind of a counter shield play and have switched off.
Yeah, we got Thatcher, we got Ying, Thermite, you know, the standards. Going away from that tried and true strategy to really just back to the basics. This is kind of the roster that you'd expect to see, you know, late year 2 probably. I mean, obviously besides the Grim.
Yeah, back in my prime of playing this game, this is the kind of stuff I'd be seeing every time.
You know, it looks like they are going to go for the window here. Obviously the plan going to be Thatcher that, get the Thermite on it, bust right into the site. But they do have to be careful here. They are going to go off the side. Will not have to contend with a K trick. Should get that one through pretty quick. Castle on the other end, though, will be reinforcing.
Now, one thing we're going to have to watch out for is, through the past couple games, we have noticed just trying to do that Thatcher Thermite breach, just a bit of a mistiming. You have to be really close on that timing for that, like, electric not to come right back up and break your util.
A little bit harder with the K trick, I do believe. Bandit tricking is a little bit more consistent. Correct me if I'm wrong there.
I believe you are right on that one.
Yeah, this is the kind of angle that we expect to see from EKU White. Repel, take some cheesy head glitch, and just try to run with it. And right now, they're spread out all over the map, just really taking their time, trying to find a pick before trying to rush in. Different strategy than we've seen from them in the last round.
Yeah, learning from their mistakes, kind of playing in.
Yeah, and that Grim's going to give them some information. Shots go down, nothing connecting quite yet. I mean, a minute on the clock, and we have grinded to a standstill here. EKU, they're going to have to make progress. A run out, potentially?
Yeah. And we have, from either side, have not seen any real gunfights. We've heard some shooting, but no health has been lost.
Yeah, I mean, RCE, I mean, they're playing this perfectly. If EKU is content to stand back, they will. But Serpent does find first blood. And now it's a matter of working the pick.
Yeah, that is a big character to take down. Dropping that Chonka, just that spray of that LMG in there.
Yeah, grenades going out. Here comes the push. 30 seconds on the clock. K-Bomb's going to find one. The Yings are in. Dissect on the trade.
Looks like we're using the smoke to get that plant down, too.
Kiwi will take down Dissect. Hugo has the flank as well. And the diffuser goes down in a 4 versus 1. I'd say EKU have pretty much wrapped this one up. There we go.
Much better round there from EKU. Kind of just understanding the play styles of both teams, just working in. You can't really put too much weight on round 1 in a game like this.
Yeah, and I mean, that was a great way to play that round 2. They noticed that they just got a little too, greedy, a little too rush heavy in round number 1. Slow it down a bit, almost to an uncomfortable pace, but once they find the first pick, they exploit the crack in the armor. Well done to EKU to even this one up as we head into round 3.
Yeah, absolutely. I believe there wasn't even boots in the building until 1 minute left, which is stressful to see. But once they got into that room, like you said, they just exploded onto site and cleaned it up.
Yeah, and now you can already see the pivot from RCE. We're looking towards switching over to Bandit for the Bandit tricking, but also not trying to deal with the Ying anymore, so we pulled out the Warden. And also, the Goyo and the Smoke are very clear just plant denial options. They want to be able to have that flexibility to where if EKU managed to break onto the site like they did, and now they have to contend with a gaping hole in their setup. They can pull back and they can play from a distance and play for plant denial instead of having to commit to the fights.
Yes, absolutely. One of those things that sometimes it is better to play off that util work than playing off of a life.
Yeah, and honestly, it's a great compositional change for them, but EKU, they're going to look to clean this one up all the same, as we are going back to the same exact site.
Yeah. It's interesting seeing too, just the knowledge gain just between games you'll watch, placing that Claymore down. Over the last few weeks that we have watched EKU White, they have dealt with people outside the map every time. One of the matches we watched, there was not a round in that game where you did not see that big red text on your screen.
Oh, that was unfortunate timing right there. Looks away right as the peak comes through. We'll pop out the cam, get some information. Yellow ping is out. And now it's just a matter of time here. I think we've seen the same song and dance. A little bit of deja vu. As we're looking for a pick again, and I think Kiwi realizes how close he really is to a couple here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the timing.
We're just seeing unfortunate timings from EKU all around this match.
They have taken down Dissect. I'm not quite sure how they managed that one. I didn't even see the shots go down. I feel like that was maybe a grenade or perhaps a util. He will get picked up. 20 health on the go. A minute and 10 to work with here. Plenty of time. I mean, we've seen him work with worse. But they do have to contend with a bit of different utility here. That smoking Goyo shields are still what we're looking for as we approach the late round.
Yeah, once again, it looks like we are waiting till that minute mark. Still not really many people in the building, if any.
50 seconds. The gunfights are ever so close. Right around corners, right around the linings. Shots going back and forth. Yost is going to take down Infecto.
EKU at this point really just needs to find a pick and then explode onto site.
No util out. Still missing our first utility that we can use here. The smokes are going to go down. K-Bomb will pick up one. Quickly found on the trade. Kiwi going to help out the planner. And there's the C4 that's going to do the denial. Kiwi all alone. We'll be able to pick him up through the smoke. But now it's time you have to contend with. Those smoke grenades are not going to do you any favors. And the late plant denial works for RCE.
Yeah, it's exactly what you were talking about pre-round there. It is just that comp, playing off that site. Yeah, you let them take in. Yeah, you let them get almost planted in that smoke, but you just have so much util there just to deny it. Even if you can't see them, you're dropping at least the diffuser.
And now it's time to see how EKU reacts to that play style. And it looks like both teams are kind of countering each other here as we change site locations. EKU, they want to go back to the shield operators. And as you can see, we have kind of forced our way back over a little bit from the side of RCE towards those traps, Malusi and Legion in particular. As well, we're seeing the Valkyrie, so maybe, looking for some more information there. As well as Doc, and Doc is not one that I've seen super prominent through the course of our casting here at EKU. Talk to me a little bit about that pick.
Yeah, so you don't see it often in these levels of gameplay especially. However, if we pointed out that Goyo went down and was down for a while last round. When they got picked back up, not many gunfights happen. So when a team is playing slow like EKU is these rounds, that dog can become a really beneficial character.
Makes sense to me. As we head now. And again, EKU liking to approach from this west side of the map. And it looks like they are going to work bottom to top here in this round. Clearing the first floor. Helping out Serpent in the process, who's already been hit by a Legion mine, unfortunately. Will have to deal with that one. Does so quickly. And now it's all about the follow-up. 30 seconds already gone on the clock, and they're going to have to work towards the second floor.
Unlike last couple rounds, though, we do have people in the building very quickly.
Yeah, the problem is you have to deal with these roamers. And one already being on the first floor, that's going to be your Legion. A couple of damage getting thrown either way, but searching for Headhunter is going to be the key here, and K-Bomb will do so. The Headhunter gets hunted and will go down. 5 versus 4 now. 2 minutes on the clock, so a lot of room to work with. That Malusi trap going to give some information both ways. We will see it destroyed. But EKU, they just need to be careful here. Will find Dissect, a great kill by Kiwi.
Yeah, now that they have that 5v3, especially with both of their shields still up, they just got to play this slow, tactically, work off your shield characters, get that information, swing off of them, and just finish up, clean up the room.
And Wobuff hits a great shot. Youjin swings as well, and quickly we're leveled into a 3 versus 3. Just a good couple of timings from the side of RCE, catching EKU when they're using Util. Kiwi, though, is in a brilliant spot here. Really can do a lot of damage, but needs to be influential. Serpent gonna do his part. Will take down one. Has the ability to get this player down. The swing is in from Infecto. A great play there. Nomad going out. Serpent should be able to get this one down. The Nomad is going to be triggered. Wobuff is stuck between a rock and a hard place. The Spike will go down. Spike, look at me. And Infecto will take down Wobuff. And a nice round coming out of that 3v3, especially by Infecto, man. A great way to swing off of Serpent's contact.
Yes, definitely. And what we did see at the end of that round, once they kind of lost their numbers advantage, they did play more tactically. Those two people being able to like hold where they knew that last player was, while they had that cheesy Monty landing in that corner, setting up, just standing over it.
Hanging around 5 now. And it looks like we're going to see a similar setup from both teams as we head back to second floor. No real discernible changes from the side of RCE. Obviously, we're switching out the dock for the Warden. But no Ying is really the trouble. Just trying to get rid of those regular flashes and some smoke, I believe. And again, the similar setup from EKU White. Just looking to have a repeat of round number 4.
Yeah, even with the misfortune of not playing that Warden into a Ying, which is probably one of the strongest counters you could work with that character, we are seeing, like you said, those smokes and stuff. Having even some visibility through those can help stop those smoke plans that EKU has been trying to do every round.
Yeah, and obviously, Valk and Warden with these C4s able to play for a bit of some post-plant, trickery. And we do see a couple of switches here from the side of EKU White as they change their roster around entirely. We do see the Ying come out, as well as Dokkaebi, Ash, and Gridlock, operators we have yet to see from EKU White in their attacking half. And this is interesting to me. This kind of denotes that we're wanting to see a rush hit here.
Absolutely. Especially with that Ash there, fastest character in the game, just being able to
and the
play
Dokkaebi
much more
calls.
Yes. But the only possible concern here is all of these, or half of EKU, over half, is those 1 bar for health characters, where everyone on RCE here is 2 to 3. So there is a bit of a health advantage starting out. However, if we play it smart and tactically with those Dokkaebis, calling, and even getting access to their cameras after a pick,
yeah,
we could see this not really matter.
I think they found their point of intrusion. They really want to work through this castle here and have to be careful of the angles. And Serpent, I think he's going to take one. Dokkaebi calls are out, so some information gained by the side of EKU. Minute and a half on the clock. Plenty of time to work with. And those are the things that you're going to have to contend with. Those Legion mines, they can shut down a rush pretty quick if you're not careful. And careful Serpent is.
Taking a bit of health from those players and knowing where they are. It is just a great piece of Util.
Yeah, And Serpent trying to find the crack. K-Bomb doing it as well. I don't want to see an overcommit. I want to see another util be used, but Serpent will be the one to open us up.
That was a risky play there. They were kind of swinging with each other, however, not swinging.
A grenade.
Swinging together, but not with each other. They were giving them their 1v1s, not really swung off each other, but then we did end up getting the kill in the end.
And just get a little greedy there on the plant. And we don't really clear out, but Serpent, no trouble. He takes down Yosa. And now it's going to be a matter of getting this diffuser and getting it planted. You're still dealing with the Warden.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
And again, Valk and Warden, they have the C4s for some tricky plays here. And that's going to do a decent chunk of damage. It comes down to a 1v1. 10 seconds on the clock. Yograve at a health deficit here. Gonna have to swing, will not be able to find it. And the RCE trickery does come to pay off, as they will take down round 5.
Absolutely. Like you said, there was a bit of an overcommit there after they found their one pick. They got a bit greedy, lost a couple lives.
Fine too, really. Second kill with a grenade, and just overcommit to sight.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate to see. We did, however, like you said, get some good picks in there. Ending it with a 1v1 is not bad, but we just lost so much health playing that post-plant situation. There wasn't much they could do there.
Yeah, right now, honestly, EKU, besides one round, feels like we're giving a couple away. Maybe just tighten some things up, get a little bit cleaner. And now, talking about some post-plant trickery, we also have Bandit. Obviously, for the Bandit tricks, as we are dealing with Thermite again, Thatcher, that duo once more.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
And Vigil as well, looking to play as the roamer. Getting rid of those cameras quite a bit. Obviously, we're seeing the tuber come out as well to aid in the Bandit trick. And yet, at the same time, we still have the smoke for that post-plant deniability. It seems like the best of both worlds for RCE strategy on this floor. Try to deny the breach and deny the post, or deny the plant entirely.
Yeah, absolutely. This is just a solid team comp here from RCE. EKU is going to have to play very smart and very carefully to be able to take this round from them.
So far, the spread is up early. Claymore going down. Again, just cautious of these runouts. You don't know exactly what RCE is looking for. Swings in. And right now, just a perusal of the perimeter. Some info gained. Drone's always helpful.
Always getting that drone back is just a very unappreciated advantage.
We'll take down the wall. And these cameras having a little bit of aid throughout the round. Info given towards EKU, knowing where the bandit is. Obviously, they have eyes on the Warden as well. And deja vu once more. We have the wall open. Now it's a matter of, can you get in there? Can you get the plant down?
Now, the one thing we aren't seeing this round that we have most every round, to my knowledge, is we don't have a castle there. So EKU is able to get that plant. If they are able to get that plant down, you can move in through that side door much faster than you could previously.
Yeah, and that run out is going to cost Kiwi their life. Yellow ping out on Warden. And Ugrave, I mean, in a position to make something happen here from the other side. But has to be careful. I think, based on the spacing, he could take it. Nope. One player is going to be there. But EKU, 45 seconds on the clock. They've got to make something happen. Ugrave will open us up on Wobuff. It's time to force the issue. Will get dropped by Dissect. Slows EKU in their tracks. Utility coming out. Some more information gained. takes the swing. Unfortunately, the angle not there. Headhunter's gonna take that one down. Trade comes out from Serpent and Demon, but Dissect will take down Infecto. And just unfortunate, man, the first pick comes down to collapse onto EKU from that run out.
Yeah, they had been setting up a lot of their attacks with that run out in mind. It looks like maybe either that Uto had been destroyed or they just guessed wrong on where they were trying to run out. But getting that first pick that early, especially with the comp as solid as what they had that worked against EKU's strategy, that slow play was just not gonna be enough for them that round.
Switching sides, EKU going to be on defense. And, you know, talk to me a little bit about Skyscraper. Are we talking defensive side? Are we talking offensive side? And how do we look?
I believe, as the case with most maps in Siege, we are looking more towards a defensive-sided game here. We are just kind of a 2 to 4. It sounds like it could be stressful and stuff, but really on a game like Siege, where it is so much more defense-sided in general, I'm not too concerned at EKU's odds coming in here, especially with the comp we have, getting that Wamai out here, just being able to play into that like denial types of gameplay. Same with that keeping that Warden like they had on that other side, make those smokes and flashes. Here's our classic play here from Infecto, man. They loved that shield there, playing off of that entryway right on that.
Yeah, and this is very clearly a, you know, breach denial setup. We have the mute, we have the Wamai, we have the Tubarel. Very clearly playing for, you know, denying the breach entirely and then denying the execute. Flashes being blocked by Warden, drones being blocked by mute as well. Obviously the Wamai to suck up some of the flashes, some of the smoke, some of the grenades. Man, on the clock, no contact yet to be made. And dealing with quite the interesting setup on the side of RCE, Montaigne, Ace, IQ. And we'll see what they do with that setup.
Yeah, Monty is always just a scary operator to go against.
Some info from the cameras. Not a ton to work with, and yeah, you're dealing with the Monty. Wamai will go out, likely to get destroyed. And now it's a matter of holding your angles here, really. 1:30 on the clock, don't get greedy. K-Bomb doesn't get greedy, he gets even. That'll be one down for him. Yosin gonna pick up Serpent, and now you're dealing with the pressure. I mean, in fact, though, down to 11 HP, has to be careful. 4v4, 1 minute 20 on the clock. Pop shots going either direction, through the walls, through different pieces of furniture, going all over. The trade is in, gets his zone, in fact, the man does. And the diffuser begins to go down. K-Bomb looking to find this pinch, but has to reroute due to the gridlock. C4 going up top will not connect with anything onto RCE. It's going to have to be a pure bona fide retake. And a great sneak up by Kiwi. Ugrave going to take down Demon. And now it's up to the Monty alone. Dealing with this, they are just going to hop onto the diffuser. I mean, Monte's got to do something. Headhunter will get dropped. And a beautiful retake by EKU.
Yeah, that was an interesting play from the Monty there. Holding on that side of the wall isn't something you normally see. You usually see them kind of just turtle over that diffuser and keep it secure. Even if you can't stop it, you can stall them for quite a while.
Yeah. We'll head down to the second floor, and there we see our Mira coming out, as well as Frost. And I guess the Twitch mainly as a counter to the Mira.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bomb.
Now, Mira isn't someone you really get to see a lot.
Usually banned.
Because they're usually banned. And that's saying something of how just great of an operator Mira is.
Do we see the Mira on the breach wall, or do we see it on the inside, do you think?
I'm not too sure. Lots of times it's good to kind of have them on that like switch between sites, because what you can do is with Mira, the interesting thing about that operator is there's just so many strategies you can do to make it viable.
5 seconds to insertion.
You can put it on just 2 reinforced walls just to get a visual that they can't really stop for a while. You can put it on the reinforced one, put it on the breakable beside it just so you can shoot through under it or above it, or even just put it on a breakable one, shoot through all around it. There's a lot you can do with that operator. Very versatile pick. And one of my favorites.
I remember grinding for all of the, what is it, Renown? Is that what we use in Siege? To spend it on Mira. Only for her to be banned in pretty much every single one of my games.
Yeah. My favorite operator that I never get to play.
So true. We will see the breach coming in now from multiple sides. The bandit trick is out. I don't believe it's out in time. Hard breach on the other side, destroying the castle. And now it's a matter of playing your angles the right way. In EKU, they've opted to turtle a little bit here. No roamers in sight.
Yeah, we do have those frost traps too. Being able to slow down those pushes. Whether they trap someone or not, it still makes people look down even for a moment when entering the room, and you can take advantage of it.
Attackers dropped the diffuser. Attackers have recovered the diffuser. Attackers have recovered.
Some pretty crazy angles that EKU can exploit from inside sight here. The problem is, once the pressure starts mounting, if it mounts the right way, it is much harder to bend than break. 1 minute on the clock, minute and a half. And no true progress made yet for RCE. And Kiwi is going to halt any progress, as well as the Dissect. It goes down to a frost trap. EKU, lots of wiggle room now. Almost no pressure.
And if we do know where that frost trap is, we do know that there is at least 1 RCE player there, and 2 if one does try to help them.
Minute on the clock. I mean, RCE, they have grinded to a halt here. Trying to figure out the best course of action. Trying to make a win from a losing position.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
Nevertheless, I mean, EKU, they stand firm. Flash is starting to come in. Will catch one on the swing. Kiwi will take that one down. Gives him the second. Will be traded out by Dissect. But a great push in from Infecto. Trades go down, pinstripe kill feed. As we end up in a 3 versus 1, 2 versus 1. Yosijin finds 2 picks out of nowhere. Finds himself a triple kill. K-bomb, last alive. 15 seconds. Yosu does have the spike.
10 seconds to go. 10
And will begin planting. Going
5 seconds to
into
go.
a 1v1.
Attackers
Diffuser
are
planting.
bomb to go. Attackers
40
are
seconds. Health advantage to the side of RCE. Wait, goes down?
Attackers need to protect the diffuser. Attackers.
I think I went to a frost trap.
Oh snap! Oh my gosh! Infecto man from beyond the grave.
Defenders win.
I mean, that was almost a sick clip for Yosa too. So to have it end with a frost trap, I mean, woo!
One of the most impressive plays we've seen on the night, followed up
Runs into a
by the
trap.
most unfortunate thing that can happen to you in R6.
Yeah, for a second there, I was like, is EKU about to give this one away? Infecto man from beyond the grave takes that one out.
Now, funny enough, after that performance, we do see a swap off for us.
Yeah.
There's no way they're going into any more frost traps this game.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
And we will see the fuse pick from Headhunter.
Attackers have located a bomb.
And not one you see fairly often. I suppose the idea being to get a counter off on the castle, I would assume. But you're gonna have to be careful, because from what I remember, those can do some pretty big damage to your teammates as well if you're not paying
10 seconds
attention.
left
Oh, yeah.
before insertion.
It's especially in my level of ranked siege gameplay.
Oh,
You'll see those fuses banned.
you were a certified TKer, I bet.
Oh yeah.
My favorite was when the game first came out. Everyone was playing the hostage mode. People would use fuse and then put it in there to kill the hostage.
Every time. Every time. Those are the good days. You mentioned the TK, learning the amounts you could do it before you get banned in the game.
Yes.
Those were good days.
Similar breach denial with the bandit. Obviously, the Malusi going to do some stalling as well as the smoke in towards the late round. And obviously, as we discussed, Warden will have that C4 to work with. Similar setup to what we've seen before from RCE, a bit of a mix, as we do find ourselves with the gridlock once more. And that's going to make for some interesting plays as EKU goes for some flanks. And you can see on this site, much more comfortable roaming.
Oh yeah, definitely. A lot of Siege is that verticality in your gameplay, so just holding that top floor, especially with the amount of breakable floors on this map, is really strong. We do see the ram on RCE with the intent of just getting above that site, tossing your little drone on the floor, and then having a huge sight line above them to make them kind of fight on 2 dimensions.
Yeah, Headhunter is going to take down Kiwi to open this up. C4 goes out, Yosu gonna take down Ugrave through the wall. K-Bomb will find Lobo.
Attackers recover the diffuser.
Serpent will find the trade once more. That brings us back to 3 versus 3.
Drop the bomb diffuser.
K-Bomb going on a bit of a tear himself. Dissect will find the even. Health advantage to RCE. But Spike is down. RCE has to play recovery, and Serpent will win his gunfight against Dissect. Trade quickly in from Dominator. And now K-Bomb. Should have utility left in the pocket. He does. He's going to pop one out. And here has a lot of options. RC going to have to pick up the spike before we can do anything. Probably going to have to bait for the post plant, but this is dangerous. K-Bomb most certainly knows that that rappel is there. Here's the noise going below. Probably thinks it's up top.
Attackers recovered the bomb.
Yeah, he's worried about it.
Recovered the bomb. 15 seconds to go. 15 seconds.
Here's
to
the
go.
diffuser now.
10 seconds.
That's what we have to be careful of. We'll drop down right into the gridlocks.
5 seconds to go.
And the tension is there. 4 seconds.
to go.
2. We'll find the 1. And K-Bomb with a beautiful play. The patience there. The undeniable ice in his veins as he finds that round win for EKU White. What a play.
Yeah, absolutely. Being able to just, like you said, have that patience, that trigger discipline to play that little ring around the rosy game, just waiting for the time to actually swing when you think you have the advantage despite having much less health.
Yeah. Plays that to a T and also recognizes the time advantage he has. He knows that Dominator is going to have insane amounts of time pressure on him. He either needs to plant or he's got to find the kill. So he's going to be chasing. He doesn't have time to, make a wraparound to fake one direction. He's just got to take the challenge. And so plays it to perfection. Especially pushing him to get off of the diffuser.
Yeah, absolutely.
Similar setup from EKU as we head back towards the second floor. And we are seeing the Lion come in
10 seconds
from
to go.
Dominator.
10 seconds to go.
So what's that Monty back and Ace here for those breaches?
The Yang in as well. Infecto clearly ready for it though, Armor Ward.
And I mean, I think it speaks numbers for the meta for defense that we
And K-Bomb just got a spot.
beautiful. That we see just the same operators throughout. Maybe not this exact team played by RC.
Oh, and that's their hard breach too.
Oh no. That puts a big wrench in the plan for RCE.
Now, fortunately for RCE, this site is not one that you need a whole lot of hard breach for. You can get by without it. But even just playing from down 4v5 is going to be tough.
Yeah. Now, if this were Siege back when I played it a lot, you would just be out of luck if you're.
Oh no! Imagine, like you're on Chalet and you're dealing with a basement breach and your thermite gets picked.
Yeah, because they used to not have those hard breach charges. You just had soft breach. The only people that could hard breach were the characters with util that doesn't.
And if you're at a low level, your only asset is going to be, and that's a great C4. Your only asset back then was Thatcher. And nowadays, we got guys like you, Grave, making a beautiful play like that. Problem is now is you don't have the C4 for the Montane, and that's really what you want it for. Yeah, and that info, I mean, he knows exactly what's up. Now, you have to be careful with the swing. Will get out just in time. And that is going to do some freezing. Through the wall, tries to get some chip damage. Will not find it. Is going to run into one. Unfortunate, goes to shoot the drone. And now RCE, they got themselves a bit of a gap to work with here. The C4 does not connect. And Dominator did take down one, so 2 versus 3 now. EKU White are finding themselves in a bit of a pickle. The line is good to stop them in the tracks, but Infecto Man really is having to hold out here on his own. Not going to have much counterplay. Runs in, good, gets his own trade. And the patience was good too. Gets a lot of damage in. This is close. The problem is you have to deal with the line. You don't really have time to work with as much as you'd like to. Yeah, and this is a good play. The problem is you can't leave him alone.
Yeah, or he just pulls out the little pistol and
Yeah. Yeah, and that's going to back. Yeah, this is not going to be great for him. Stuck between a rock and a hard place. Tries to figure something out, unfortunately. Just doesn't have the time, just doesn't have the ability. It's 2 versus 1. Not much you can do there. K-Bomb, we've seen him work miracles before, but that one was just tough.
Yeah, and I think rounds like that are a good testament as to why we are seeing that shield nerf coming out very soon.
Yeah. I mean, that's been an issue that's plagued this game for a while.
Yes. Even that unchanged from when I played it. I keep talking about those old days of Siege.
Nevertheless, a good round win from RCE. Especially, you know, they grab off of the bounds of a spawn peak. They managed to work back in, find a couple of good picks. We find ourselves back up top. Once again, Mira, and we do see the frost mats once more.
Yeah, and we are pretty evenly matched so far. However, what we do need to worry about as either team here is that it is 5-5.
Yeah.
Winner of next round could decide possibly much more than any other round who is winning this game.
Yeah, I like to think of it once you get to 6, you know, you're kind of free balling. You don't have much to worry about. Obviously, you want to close it out sooner rather than later, but the pressure is not on you as much as it is on the other team, especially when you're on the defensive. You know, when you're on the offense, you go down, you know, 5-6. You really have to make something happen. Huge round for EKU to win here. And as such, looks like they're being a little bit more diligent with the setup.
Bomb located by attackers. Bomb located
Also,
by
not turtling nearly as much as we saw the last time they played this site.
Yeah, which could be a lot smarter because they have learned that strategy. However, it did work for us. So we might be taking a bit of a gamble here, switching off of our working strategy, but hopefully we'll see some great gameplay either way.
You know, the saying is don't fix what ain't broken, but the problem is if you don't adapt, make these changes before RCE does, again, much easier to break than bend.
Absolutely.
And again, now you're going to have to deal with this mounting pressure once more. It is not easy. The phone call comes in from the Dokkaebi. Here comes the thermite. And it most certainly will go off. Infecto staying quite a bit away from the action. So is K-Bomb. Patrolling the other side, making sure no pressure comes in from over there. But the tip of the spear is going to be all towards site. There it is again.
Now, much like EKU's round on the other half that we saw, it's a very slow push onto this site. We're not seeing any entry up until the minute mark. However, once we get that one pick and be able to move in, it'll just be exploding on the site once more.
It's going to be an explosion. And Ugarave, he shuts down the explosion, cuts off the tip. Yoso goes down. Now, just be careful of the pressure that you're going to feel coming from all angles. Damage goes out both ways. And this is a good play by Yugo. He knows that someone could be coming through this window. And this is a nice crossfire by Kiwi and K-Bomb. This is set up perfectly by EKU. They know exactly where they want to look, exactly how they want to play this. The problem is, can you bend? Ugarave can bend. He finds Woba. That'll be 2 in the round for him. 28 seconds on the clock. Kiwi get take down Dissect. I mean, surely this crumbles. A Jenga tower falling on top of each other for RCE. The C4 is out, does tons of damage to Headhunter. 15 seconds, have to commit to something here if you're RCE. They try to, but they both go down. Flawless round here in round 11. And EKU free roll into the next round.
Yeah, you can't wish for anything better than a flawless on round 6.
I mean, that's wonderful for EKU. Beautifully played.
Yes, so now, if you're RCE, not only do you have to win what would normally be 2 more rounds, it would be, I believe, 3 more rounds, because you have to get this one to get into overtime, and you have to win 2 matches in overtime to get the win, whereas EKU just has to win the 1.
Yeah. And good news for RCE is, should they win this round, they will have themselves 2 defense rounds in OT. However, that's not to say that attack is super, at a disadvantage here. It's not like we saw, 5-1 in the defensive halves. It's 4-2. You're only rocking about, 60%. On the side, 65% for the defense. Still plenty of room to work with here if you are RCE. Obviously, EKU, they want to take this one down right here, right now. And a similar setup that we've seen for this site in particular.
5 seconds left.
Yeah, we're just going to want to see kind of that same play it safe, wait for your picks. Even though the game will start slow at the beginning, one of the hardest things to do in a game like this is just understand, just because nothing's happening doesn't mean you need to make something happen.
Yeah.
Especially on that defense.
But in that same vein, when things are starting to, you're starting to feel the pressure, sometimes doing nothing is worse than doing something.
True.
And it's all about the context, especially as we get late into these rounds of a map number 1 for our grand final. I mean, this is where you really start to feel the pressure. Both of these teams, they care about this win. And a pick would certainly go a long way by Infecto. That nade got to get out of there. Now, if frags were still allowed to be cooked, he'd be dead.
Oh, yeah.
But, such as it is, we remain ourselves 5 versus 5, and no damage taken by other team.
Yeah. However, I didn't quite see it, but we can assume that nade does take out that deployable shield, which is a great, great angle to be playing there.
Yeah, we'll deny a little bit of repertoire for EKU. RCE line comes out, holds white in their tracks. But so far, going well. Yoso takes a ton of damage. And there comes the break in onto the castle. Information gained for Monty. And you really, honestly, you get a C4 out. This could be pretty strong here. Serpent's in a pretty strong position as well. Just being careful, being mindful. Infecto is going to take a little bit of damage Being forced back, but K-Bomb good for the help. We'll take down one, take down two. This guy is having a game. Health advantage strongly towards the way of EKU White as we go into the last minute. And this is one where you just want to tighten up. You do not want to throw this one away.
Yes. The worst thing you can do in a situation like this is give them their 1v1s.
Get antsy, get aggressive, play fundamentals. You know, I always say in situations like this, especially with the clock, it should be unwinnable if you play it the right way for RCE. The only way you lose this round if you're EKU White is a stroke of genius. But K-Bomb, he finds his third, will go down. No ace in the cards for him. But Yusu on his last legs, and the Monte not effective by his lonesome. 20 seconds on the clock. EKU wrap this one up nicely, and they do. They take map number 1, and that will put them up 1-0 in our best of 5.
I mean, getting that early victory on map 1 is a good spot to be in. We still have to see. We can't let it get to our heads. We can't be too confident, too cocky after this one win, but it'll definitely make you feel good.
Yeah, look at that scoreboard. Serpent and K-Bomb both have themselves a game. 11-8, 12-8 respectively. And I mean, they do a great job. K-Bomb obviously winning a couple of key 1v1s throughout that map. And I mean, that is the kind of ice that you want in a grand final.
Absolutely. And unfortunately, we don't see the ace. However, getting 3 in that last round is just huge for your team. You got to be feeling good if you're K-Bomb.
Oh, for sure. As well, Serpent making very key plays at key times, doing a great job on Bandit throughout most of that. And obviously, I mean, Kiwi had his moments, Ugrave has his moments, and obviously, Infecto, man, with that clutch frost trap in that one round, just beyond the grave, man, just to take it down.
Yeah, here at EKU, we do love our trap kills beyond the grave. We're seeing that triple cab can mines, and I think that was the first week too.
Yeah,
that they got a kill beyond the grave with a triple cab can. It's just, you love trap kills. They're always just so funny.
Yeah, just something about them. We will find ourselves going to map 2 on Border. Talk to me a little bit about Border. What have we seen from EKU White throughout this year on this map?
Yeah, Border's a very common, universally loved map. A lot of what we'll see here is same with the previous map I was talking about, that verticality of gameplay. Especially if they're in that like office room and bathroom kind of area. You want to get above them. You want to play that that little patch in the ceiling there. And there is the wall, which we did learn from our guest commentator, is called the Canada wall. It's that one, I think you know exactly which one I'm talking about. That room upstairs, that little half wall that someone will always hold there. That is what it's called because of a pro player named Canada. So we will see someone holding in that spot, and now we know exactly what to call it.
Canadian, the GOAT of R6. some may say the GOAT of R6. Big SSG guy, won his first championship. I'm starting to connect your dots, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll probably see that come into play. Probably get some RAM gameplay as well.
Oh, for sure. On Border, definitely. We started to see a little bit in map number 1, but it unfortunately got switched off before we saw it.
Yeah, and then on that like top floor site, this is where we see a lot of interesting plays because you do have those walls that kind of run parallel to each other onto a site. So what we witnessed, I believe it was the week before last, that was really interesting is we saw a Cali pick almost every single round from the team we were playing, and they got like a triple one of the rounds. They just had that diffuser down on that upstairs room. They played on that balcony area, and then just kept getting their ones.
Interesting.
So I'm hoping to see some more characters we don't see a lot played on this map.
Yeah, I feel like Border, I feel like when I think about maps that are just like solved in the conventional sense, you know, people think, oh, this is just how you play this map, and you just, if you execute it, the strategy is perfect. You can't really, as long as both teams are playing these strategies perfect, it's just going to end up one side winning over the other. I feel like Border and Chalet are the two maps that when I think of, how close are we to having solved strategies for maps. These two are the ones that come up the most. I feel like everyone kind of plays Border the same, especially on defense. Offense, there's a little bit more wiggle room. Obviously, you need to be more creative because these strategies are so strong. Yes. Everyone knows what they want to reinforce. Everyone knows how they want to play it. They know which angles to hold. They know where they want to lurk. It's just kind of in a position where, when you're on the offense, you have to be creative. And EKU White, I think they're going to be starting on the offense here in map number 2.
Yeah, so it's going to be really interesting to kind of see how they play around these, like you mentioned, those set-in-stone strategies. That creativity is absolutely key in a game like Siege. Working off of, really, I live by the motto whenever I'm playing tech shooters, whenever I go to get mad and be like, they play so weird, is one of the most common ways to rage in a game like this. I always have to take a moment and be like, they don't play weird, they're just better than me. So that's kind of the mindset to go in. It's just playing weird, it's just playing creative and outsmarting you.
Yeah, and also there's that kind of aspect, and I'm a big poker guy. I love to I like to watch poker pros. I love to play, and then there's this mindset of in that kind of realm, talking about obviously game of luck and game of chance, but there's some strategy to it. And getting upset when people play so weird, or in some cases, when we talk about weird, we mean in a metric of that's objectively bad, but it can lead to good results. However, when someone starts playing that weird, bad way, it's on you to prove that way is bad. How are you going to counter this objectively wrong way of playing this game? And I think, a lot of teams can tap into this a little bit more when they're going for offense. Think about things that we aren't conventionally doing. Test the waters a little bit. Now, obviously, that's what scrims are for. You don't necessarily want to go all willy-nilly in a game, but sometimes your back's up against the wall. You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, and just to relay this on to a different game, because like I said, I'm a Valorant player for EKU. One of the strategies we see our Maroon team do on Icebox is an interesting one that could be an instance of just playing weird. Is they will half take a site and then rotate out. Very common play, but they'll leave their jet there. Just on that first site, they just leave jet, their duelist on that site. And they just lurk in that halls area on A site, and then once they have the people leaving off, they're just free to flank them and go behind them and get their picks. Yeah, and that's just kind of things like that. Relating that into Siege is just being able to hold those kind of weird angles. Yeah, this map is a great one where you do have those two doors beside each other. Is playing into that and just taking that way late in the game. You just have that room for free.
And also, we saw a little bit of that on Skyscraper. I know K-Bomb was a big fan of working up the side stairs and finding these picks when people were, kind of converging where that window and stairs meet into that hallway.
Yeah.
So, doing a really good job. Obviously, EKU thinking a little bit outside the box. On an individual standpoint, you'd love to see them elevate and start thinking outside the box across the entire team. And we will see the Monte band come through. I feel like that one's got to be a little targeted.
Yeah, just a bit. A little personal there.
And Gridlock will get banned by EKU. Also, I feel like a little targeted.
No, I feel like we might... What do we think here? Maybe see a warden. We saw a warden
everywhere. That would be insane. No, it's Zombie. She's just too strong. Yeah. She's just too strong.
Now here's maybe where we get a little curveball thrown at us. So we'll find out what we got going.
Imagine it's something feral, just getting rid of Frost or something.
we did see that last time. There was just an amazing Frost player. So that next round, EKU banned Frost.
And we will see the Valk, and that's fair. On Border, I mean, she is quite the operator.
Oh yeah. There are some crazy cams you can put. It's the 10 rooms entirely.
Yeah, guys, don't worry. I know exactly where they are on the map at all times. I have a Valk cam in the sky.
Oh, it is just one of those maps that And I think this comes with being one of the oldest and,
Yeah.
to my knowledge, least changed.
Oh,
maps.
I feel like when we talk about, you know, reworking redesigns, Border has probably been the map that stayed the same the most.
The whole time. Like, my favorite map used to be House. And I logged in one day, and I was like, wait, this is just
not
it's just not even the same map anymore. But this one has been the same for years.
We will believe we're starting on second floor here.
Attackers have discovered the
And
location.
the traditional, the armory and archives is usually what we see. And that will be the case for round number 1. Pretty traditional setup out of RCE. Talk to me about what you're looking at team comp-wise.
10
So-
seconds to go. 10 seconds
We
to
have
go.
the buck now, not ban.
True.
Being able
Let's ban
to
map 1.
being able to break like
To go.
peace off for each character pretty much. And other than that, pretty normal. We got our hard breach, we got our like ying for those flashes, and then the nomad to play just those. Kind of stop the lurk, stop those flanks from coming in as much. And interesting here, we do have the bandit and Kate. We have 2 people to kind of help reinforce, which is really beneficial with the amount of just outside breakable walls on these maps.
We will have the ace being our hard breach here, and it looks like they're not really worried about going the main route. Unfortunately, dealing with those Legion mines still. Claymore will get placed, and that's really just to deny that run out. Slowly but surely, EKU, they're going to start working through the map. And it's a matter of getting these early picks. I mean, if you can find one, most certainly allow the map to go your way.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like we are setting up those claymores again for that. Just jump out, get their pick, and go back in.
Yeah. Being careful. Getting some information off the drone. Headhunter will take a little bit of damage. And, you know, I say a little bit of damage, it takes all the damage. Will go down. Serpent opening us up the first kill of map number 2. Continuing his hot streak from map number 1. And, you know, you talked a little bit verticality as your greatest weapon, your paintbrush, if you will, if we're talking creativity. I mean, no better utensil than Buck when it comes to verticality.
Yeah. Probably the person you wanted to play on a second floor until Ram came out.
Yings are gonna go through. Dissect will pick up Serpent though. And now it's a matter of getting this diffuser down, and it looks like Kiwi is going for it. The run out has come in. Kiwi will be dropped before the diffuser can go down, and now health advantage strong to the wayside of RCE. Ingrave does a good job of helping even the score line. Does it again. Even better, finds the headshot. And K-Bomb from across the map on 12 HP will find one. Dissect now going to be between a rock and a hard place. 2 versus 1. Will find K-Bomb, but the resurrection does come through by Infect though. 20 seconds though, and this is the part where it gets dangerous. The time is working against EKU, and if they get sloppy, they don't check. Dissect finds the first. K-Bomb, 10 seconds to go. The pre-fire comes through. Dissect will find the re-challenge, and the guy cleans it up here in round number 1. I believe he finds 4.
Yes.
And I mean, that's just a tough one to deal with. Trades go back and forth. Unfortunately, you just don't come out on top. The time pressure too much to mount.
Yeah, that is one of those moments that, as frustrating as it is to lose in that 4v1 situation, you just gotta commend them. That was just some great gameplay from RCE as a whole.
Yeah. Nevertheless, we dropped round 1, and map number 1 came back and won that 1-7-5. Perhaps we see the same tale here in map number 2. And once again, RCE leaning on traps. Once again, as we head to first Foreteller's bathrooms. Malusi traps, the Legion traps, and I believe the last one is going to be those Frost traps.
And as I was talking about just how powerful those frost traps are, because not only will we see, like last round, it being the winning variable,
Bomb located.
post-mortem even,
Bomb located.
as
by
I've said, it is just something else you have to deal with when entering. If you don't have an explosive to kind of clear that whole doorway, you're dealing with a shield most cases, barbed wire in some cases, a trap under that. You just have a lot of stuff to get through on your entry. And if we're going to be real vulnerable with each other for a moment,
seconds remaining.
I don't think I've ever not stepped on a Legion trap.
5 seconds.
I don't think I've ever shot a Legion trap once. I will step on them every time.
Attackers are heading out to defuse a
I
bomb.
feel like I'm just never thinking about it, but that's probably why these guys are better than me.
Oh yeah.
And, you know, as we go to first floor, the verticality is going to be king from EKU, playing the Buck, playing the Ram, looking to get some sort of height advantage, and obviously the Dokkaebi as well, looking to gain some info. And I think they're about tired of these runouts. In fact, they're playing the Nomad, looking to shut some of that down. Yeah, we will be seeing a top-down approach from EKU. First things first, though, Jerome, get some info.
We were able to find one there on the top floor, and it looks like it is the only one RCE does have up there. So if we're able to kind of take this very strategically, slice our pie just right, find them before they find us, we will be able to have a great advantage with that verticality.
And Headhunter is making quite a bit of noise. K-Bomb will step on one of his traps, but not much to worry about, and Ugrave will take down Headhunter. A great play to hunt that one down. Be careful, make sure he doesn't have any friends, but now, top four is open. Start tearing it up. Yeah, I mean, this is what when you look at this roster, you look at Buck, you look at Ram. This is what you expect. You expect to get a hold of top floor, and you expect all the verticality.
Yeah, now we do have that Nomad. Just being able to kind of trap even that like staircase there, just make sure no one comes behind us, and we can play it so smart here, just shooting from the heavens on them.
Yeah, and again, we talk about pressure a lot. It's much easier to break than bend, especially when all the weight is top heavy. Now, I would love to see EKU maybe try to get someone down there, root out, a couple players into these sight lines. But
yeah, because despite having this verticality, we've not really seen them and made contact.
yeah. And honestly, good on RCE. But it looks like the push is starting to go wayside now. We send ourselves down low, keeping a couple up top in order to deal some more pressure. And Ugrave will deal pressure deep. Finds Woba, finds his second in the round. 20 seconds though. EKU, they gotta get on the site here. They cannot rely on anything but getting this diffuser down. Kiwi has not yet made that progress. K-Bomb will drop. Yosin will find himself going down. Kiwi is going to drop though with 5 seconds left on the clock. Dissect's gonna find it. Dominator's gonna find it again. But with no time left remaining, and that's just unfortunate time management not on the side of EKU.
Yeah, and it looked like the Achilles heel there too might have went down to a tiny piece of wood on the floor
Yeah.
and stopping Dokkaebi from entering
Yeah.
the site there, which is really unfortunate to see.
Yeah, even still though, probably would have liked to see them work just a little bit quicker, but nevertheless, 2 go to RCE, as we will find ourselves going to Vent Workshop next.
Yeah, so what we saw that was really interesting that round is, like I was saying in the round, is we had that verticality, but RCE managed to play in a way that it didn't really help us. They just held their angles off the sites, seeing into the sites, that once
Attackers need to locate and
those
defuse the
EKU
bomb.
players
They will
tried to get
defuse any
into
bomb.
the site, they were able to just punish
Attackers have discovered the location
all of
of
the
bomb.
weird
Attackers have
angles.
discovered the
Yeah,
location of a
and
bomb.
Dissect 6-0 to start us off here in map number 2, making up about roughly exactly 2/3 of his team's kills. I
Yeah.
mean, that's the guy you want to shut down if you're EKU.
Yes, definitely. And it looks like we're seeing just the same
To go.
from EKU White here.
5 seconds remaining.
And we do have the dock back.
5 seconds remaining.
Interesting. We'll see if
Attackers are
it's
heading out to defuse a bomb. Attackers
see if
are
it's
heading
useful
out
this
to
round.
defuse
I
a
think
bomb.
it would have been useful the round before they picked it last map, but ended up not really helpful when they played it. It is one of those characters that's always an interesting choice because you're picking healing, which is something you don't see often in this game, over some more util that could be more beneficial. It's kind of like a mini gamble every time.
Yeah, and you know, we haven't seen it. We didn't see it obviously in round number 1 due to the ban, but Blitz coming out here by Kiwi, looking to take some space. He's already done so. He's in. Oh, and he's pushing. Will take quite a bit of damage. The flash comes out. He will find the first kill on the Dissect, and that's gonna be his first death. Will go down, but you put RCE in a position to prove their worth. I mean, without Dissect, you've got to figure it out.
Yeah, and really, as for most tac shooter style games, trade seems like it's even, fair match, but losing a trade on a defender's side is much, much harder to deal with than
Yep,
losing a trade.
every person that goes down is just aid to the attackers, because you know when you're on defense, you can only cover so many angles with one person. Gives you a lot of freedom as an attacker.
Yes. So even though it is called a trade, it is just a huge, huge benefit for attacker.
K-Bomb unfortunately goes down to a cheeky little angle. Dominator finds another one as well. And honestly, to me, this is starting to look like a study issue. RCE, they look much more studied on this map than EKU White.
Yeah, and it looks like we do know they're there. It's just not being able to connect the bullet just yet.
Yeah, prove it. Prove your worth. RCE has done so. I mean, 56 seconds, you don't have all day to spend on this guy. Flash him out, do something, figure it out. And the kill has to come through.
Swapping. Tossing flashbang.
Flash out,
Tossing flashbang.
and they will do that. They do a good job of flushing that one out. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised RCE didn't, at least send one reinforcement.
Help at all.
But that gives EKU full top sight. Problem is now you have to convert that into a win, especially with the diffuser down. So
Yes. Diffuser down and 20 seconds left on the clock. This is not the spot you want to be in as EKU.
yeah, I mean I think this is almost guaranteed to be a round win for RCE. Almost no time left on the clock, barring a miracle, which most certainly is no longer going to happen. And EKU, they go down 3 rounds to
5
nothing.
seconds to go. 5 seconds to go.
Yeah, and despite the praise we gave that verticality gameplay, it seems to have not really helped 2 rounds in a row. So maybe, as
Adapt.
blasphemous as it is to say, maybe just push the floor we're on.
Yeah.
Try something weird. as we were
Crossboard
saying.
clear. I mean, I think it is going to come to that. No longer can we rely on this vertical play. We're going to have to see some some sort of clear from across the floor. We will find ourselves back up at second floor. And again, Legion, Malusi traps, par for the course. Warden to deal with that Ying. Castle as well. We've seen him quite a bit.
Attackers need to locate
And obviously
defuse as many
Bandit.
bombs as they can.
Trying to hold on to those
Defuse as many
walls.
bombs as they can.
Pretty standard comp across the board here. Just really, I think our main concern over team comp here is just that strategy side of the game. Finding out exactly what we need to do as EKU to counter this strong defense from RC.
Nothing's impossible, but so
10 seconds
far,
remaining. 10 seconds
tough
remaining.
battles for
5
EKU.
seconds left. 5 seconds left.
Let's see if they can figure something out here in round number 4.
Defuse the bomb. Attackers must locate and defuse
And something that I don't think we've talked about enough is RCE's site setups on this map
Drop the diffuser.
seem much more well prepared than their site setups on Skyscraper.
Yes. It is kind of hinting to that behind the scenes as to who might have picked each map.
Yep.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
I will say though, if EKU, a map win's a map win, but you do want to be winning your map picks a little bit more, and you would like to be giving more contest on their map pick in the grand final here. Map number 2 of our best of 5 series. In this specific round, already down a minute, and no health has been interacted with at all. As a similar setup from EKU as we saw in previous rounds. And I think Kiwi is going to try to do a similar play. Flash on in, get this diffuser down. Problem was, a nice little flick. Woo! Ugrave, a beautiful play.
Yeah, one thing I have been noticing this game so far, both maps, is we always talk about that eerie silence phase of siege games, but we've not been seeing a lot of that. There's not been a lot of health and fighting happening, but there's been shots ringing out throughout the entirety of the rounds, really.
Yeah, I feel like both teams are playing a very strong info game. I mean, everyone knows where everyone is approximately. Just a matter of how do you convert that information. We're gonna begin peeking around here. We'll begin looking with the drone. Here comes Buck! Now on the clock, 5 versus 4.
Located by attackers.
And I mean here, up one man, you're content to trade this down. Unfortunately, Headhunter is gonna put a pause to that idea. Finds one onto Infecto Man.
Yeah, and really getting taken down without trading it out is not the situation you want to be in on attack.
Just looks a little sloppy. This is all just not clearing the angles that we maybe should be. 30 seconds on the clock. Gotta figure it out. Yosu takes down K-Bomb. I mean, Serpent's walking out in the middle of nowhere. You know, I mean, it just doesn't look like we're as prepared on this map. I mean, I'm willing to put this one under the rug, but I mean, EKU need to see some signs of life. See if anyone's home here in these last 2 rounds on the first half.
Yeah, really on a game like this where we're seeing such a strong defense from RCE, EKU needs one. Like, doesn't matter what else. If you get your one, you can get that confidence boost enough to start possibly washing in the attack phase.
Alright, so we're seeing the Scopus come out. I'm not convinced that that is allowed.
Attackers need to locate and defuse.
Yeah, I believe it is now.
It is now?
Yeah, and there's some weird, like 2 weeks or something for operators from what we've seen and figured out. It seems that ECAC is a bit vague on the ruling about it, but no matter what I've heard, enough has passed.
Well, it'll be my first time casting over this wonderful new operator.
10 seconds left before insertion.
As we find ourselves bathroom tellers once
5
more.
seconds to insertion. Attackers
And
are
I
moving
mean, this
to
was
the
as
bomb.
close as EKU got
The bomb.
in an earlier round. I believe it was round number 2. Just unfortunately fell to the wayside. And I feel like if we look at the first blood rates, EKU's got quite a few of them, but little to show for it, obviously, in the scoreboard. I'd love to see a bit of faster play here from EKU. I feel like time trouble is really causing a bit of sloppiness.
Yeah, and I really think it just comes down to a confidence. Is, as we say, you can't really let your ego go too high. However, you need to have enough confidence to fully clear those angles. Clear your angles, play it safe, but play it just like I said, just confident.
I think you know the mentality you have to have whenever you're in a situation like this, grand final performance, you know, any sort of competitive idea. If you're going in there with the mindset of anything other than I'm the best in the world, you're gonna find yourself lacking a little bit in the confidence.
You telling me you don't bring that mindset to every game you play, or is that just me?
When I grind camos, I certainly believe I'm the best in the world. Unfortunate trade on the Kiwi will take down the Blitz, but the vertical work begins once more. I would love to see EKU start working down on the ground floor just a little bit sooner, potentially convert this one into a round win. So far, Slow and Steady has not won the race in this map. These time troubles keep getting in our way, and I'm worried that they may continue. K-Bomb does a great job to take down the sect. Now, I really would like to see us get onto this site. The vertical angle almost takes down Wobo. I mean, I'm not sure how a guy is still alive. He must have ate like 12 bullets there. Nevertheless, 40 seconds on the clock. I mean, EKU. Plenty of time to work with here, but each second does dwindle quickly. You'd love to see them get in.
Yeah.
Do something dangerous. And, I mean, great shots by Yosu. Serpent takes down the third. Here comes the drop on in. Diffuser begins going down. Coverage from all angles.
15 seconds. Attackers are activated.
Yosu will drop. Wobo will drop.
Position compromised.
That's a nice clean win.
Position
Absolutely. And as I was saying, it's just to have a chance, you need to get that one. As long as you grab your one on attack in a map like this, you're pretty set to have a chance. Not necessarily set for winning, but I mean, going into any round in a 6-0, it's just, it is an obstacle to climb that is almost impossible.
I was almost getting flashbacks because you see, last semester, EKU Maroon, they were in the losers final, you know, playing for third place. And on map 2, they were playing Cafe, and they went down 0-6 in the first half. They won that map.
to locate and defuse bombs. Attackers need to locate
Well,
and defuse bombs.
here's hoping
Now we don't see that. Well, we most certainly won't see it now.
that EKU can reverse sweep once more. Different team, same school, so let's see what we got. At least we have to switch that Scopos over to a Mozzie. And as we joked about last time we were casting, we need your opinion on it now. Do you still jump every single time your drone gets captured by a Mozzie?
Before insertion.
No, I do mutter multiple curse words.
5
So.
seconds to go.
I swear, especially when the operator first came out,
Locate and defuse the bomb.
it scared me every time.
I mean, they are little spiders.
Just a little spider jumping on your screen. Absolutely terrifying.
Okay, well, Yuto almost just got absolutely lit up. So, interesting, nonetheless. And EKU, I mean, with the sites being pretty similar here, going to be on the first floor, I think we are going to see some more vertical work. And the key is going to be clearing out Headhunter, who's playing in a very similar position as he did before. Difference is here, though, he doesn't have these little peak holes, but luckily for him, K-Bomb is about to announce to the whole world that he is here.
Which we will be droning.
And there's the info. That's all you needed. And Yugurif has actually got himself into a pretty decent spot here.
Yeah, and honestly, based on how well they played in that spot a few rounds ago, knowing the Mozzie's there, knowing Headhunter is there, just waiting. I might just leave.
I don't know, I think...
Trying to corral, trying to put them from anything other than that one doorway.
They're more prepared this time, and they actually forced him out of that position. So now having a more open-ended gunfight. Shots going back and forth, but we already lost half the round, and you know, EKU, you really would love to take this one down. 2-4 is overcoverable. 1-5 is a bit tougher. Good trades out of EKU to take down Headhunter. You would have liked to get away with none, but Kiwi has been diligent about sacrificing his life so far for the betterment of the team. Don't let him down now.
Yeah, if we can just get this round win in here, it is suddenly a much, much more winnable map.
Bomb located by attackers. Bomb located
And
by
we'll get
attackers.
some valuable info. Now is the time to act on it. The ram up top is going to do a little bit of work. You did see his little toes there. In fact, unfortunately, no longer.
Oh,
Just barely. I'm not even sure if he sees it. We do have the benefit of the outlines, but things are different when you're in that mindset. Gotta be careful with some workers, though. 20 seconds, they're gonna have to see something go down. We'll take down K-Bomb. A Nomad goes out, and the diffuser is starting. Unfortunately, just gives up the angle at the wrong time. I mean,
Attackers have recovered.
can't have that happen.
Attackers have recovered.
Diffuser is going down 2 versus 2, but the swing comes in. We're just not watching the right angles.
5 seconds remaining. Attackers have covered the bomb.
Tries to win some gunfights, and yeah, stuck. Not gonna be able to find it.
Operators, you have run out of time. Operators, you have run out of time.
And that's just, I mean, you're close, but just not covering all the angles that you need to be at the right time to get the diffuser down. I mean, 1-5. We've seen worse, and we've seen a comeback, but I mean, this is pretty tough.
yeah. As I was saying, once they get to 6, it is terrifying. EKU really to have a chance here, I think needs to get those 4 in a row. As hard as that is, that's your best situation. Bringing it to a 5v5 before it is a 6v1.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely 3 in a row at least.
Yeah.
You gotta win 3 in a row here. I would love to see them do something unconventional, maybe throw.
Attackers need to locate
You know,
and defuse
RCE
many bombs,
through a
locate
loop.
and defuse many bombs.
Looks like they're going with the standard though. Can't blame them. But you gotta know what you're looking for. Something that I
Attackers
missed.
have discovered the location
on
of a
this
bomb.
map.
Attackers have discovered the
This is a
location.
really good Maverick map.
I love Maverick.
Wish we saw a little bit more of that guy. We'll see the Finka out from Wobo. I mean, you know, we were talking about Dissect early on, having himself a game. Yostu on the side of RCE
5 seconds.
is now really demonstrating what he's got. Ugrave and Serpent from the side of EKU White are doing their dirty work. And I think Finka and Blitz probably gonna see a pretty quick hit here from RCE.
Yeah. And this goes back into RCE knows this map. They saw immediately where the site was, and 90% of their team just switched over to different characters.
Yep. Yeah, they know pretty much exactly what they want to do. Very clearly well studied on this map, know what they want to do, know how they want to execute. Probably have spent some time developing that strategy.
Which is very common to see in divisions like this. You learn your map, you get really, really good at your map. So there is a chance that this is kind of a one-trick pony here from RCE, that once we move on to map 3, we might not see them as confident.
Yeah, for sure, but can never be too sure. And I would say, you know, I'd prefer 3-0. I'd love to get out of here a little early. But we're in it for the long haul. Yeah, that drone will get through. That'll grab some info for the side of RCE. Now, I will say, they're doing a bit of a different strategy. They are working through the top 4, going around through the side. The Finka is going to give a good chunk of health. You gotta deal with this blitz, and this is not the position you want to be in. Ugrave does help out, takes down Dissect, and just lines up for him. I mean, he finds two, bro's about to find three. And I mean, this is the kind of thing that needs to not happen. Impact grenades go out. I mean, EKU, they do a good job. They get their trades, but just so many tiny errors adding up to one colossal, devastating crush on this map.
Yeah. A game like Siege, you absolutely have to worry about those snowballs from attackers. Once you get that momentum, you have to stop them.
Yep. Map point as we head into round number 8, and I mean RCE, we've said it, they are studied on this map. Now, you know, we talk a little bit about performance mindset, about, you know, the ideas that you have going through your head when you're in situations like this. If I'm in the shoes of EKU White, I'm not exactly giving this one up, but I am taking this one round at a time. My goal is not to win this map. My goal is to win rounds. Be frustrating. Don't give RCE a crushing blow here to win this map. If you make this one come out 7-4, you've done your job. Take a little bit of momentum away from RCE. Make them work for this last round.
Attackers have located a bomb. Attackers
Yeah.
have located a bomb.
And I think we might be seeing that with the Echo.
Playing that post plant. That plant denial. The Flores out from the side of RC as well. Gives them some interesting opportunities.
10 seconds to insertion.
RC, though, you want to clean this one up pretty quick.
5 seconds left before insertion. 5 seconds left before insertion.
Deploying welcome mat.
Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb. Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
Window barricaded. Window
Now,
barricaded.
we are seeing a bit of that silence. For once. No gunshots yet. 30 seconds into the round. And really, EKU here, just, as you said, just one round at a time, needs to play this one safe and make sure they can't grab that verticality that we've been talking about all game.
He doesn't even really seem like they're
It looks like
interested.
yeah, it looks like they're not even gonna go for it.
Ready to go.
So that means, honestly, keeping, I believe it's Kiwi up there, up on that top floor, just being able to use the verticality for the defender's advantage, even for post plants, possibly being able to help your team get that disable done on the diffuser.
My air jab is deployed. My air jab is deployed.
Couple shots. Dissect will take a little bit of chip damage. And he's aiming us right there, and that's a great, wonderful pick out of you, Grave.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's kind of just barricaded himself in here.
I'm not quite sure what sex plans were there.
To run in and get kills, obviously.
Attackers drop the diffuser.
Yeah, Headhunter will drop as well, courtesy of Kiwi. Kiwi lights up Wobbuffet. Sorry, that's a Pokemon. Just Wobbuff.
Swapping mag.
5 versus 3 down now on the clock, and I mean, that eerie silence took a lot of time, and RCE, they are experiencing a bit of time drought, especially being down 2 men. Wobbuff does try to begin even the playing field. Ugrave is going to deny that ability, though. And the health advantage as well is crushingly towards EKU. And this is one that you really just want to sail into the sunset with. Don't give them anything. Yosojin, though, doesn't like gifts. He likes taking, and will take the life of one. 20 seconds left on the clock. RCE stuck in a difficult position here. The time
15
pressure
seconds to go.
going to
15
be
seconds
the
to go.
catalyst. Flashbang in.
Seconds left.
Will hit Warden, but obviously not that it matters. The Serpent will take down the last two.
Just very good hold there, especially in the end. Just preying on an entry with a flashbang into a Warden. Unlucky, but great work there from Serpent.
And again, one round at a time. Can we win this defensive round? Can we win this one? That's the goal. The goal is no longer we want to win the map, we want to win this round. So far, they've met that goal twice in this map. In a bit of a different composition.
Yeah,
Fenrir, Pulse, talk to me about it.
I'm so interested in that Pulse
Attackers
pick.
need to locate and defuse
Pulse
the
is
bomb.
someone I've seen a couple times play casting here this semester, but really, the couple times I've seen Pulse played, he's played and then immediately switched off of next round.
I think to me this really screams, you know,
The location of a bomb. Attackers
late round, you know, post play or pre-play trickery, right? Like
Yeah.
dwindle them down to 20 seconds, and you're sitting underneath them with the pulse camera, and then you find where they're planting, you throw the spike up, or you throw your C4 up there, and you ruin the round for them. That really was what this screams to me. And of course, K-Bomb is playing in tellers, so that checks out.
5 seconds left. Attackers defuse the bomb. Attackers defuse the bomb.
So I'm very interested to see how this Pulse does play out. As it is, honestly, I'm shocked, but as we were saying at the start of this round, creativity is what wins this game.
Yeah, definitely deviating from some traditional strategies. The Cade is up though, and K-Bomb actually going a little bit further than his, late round pulse duties. He's gonna find the opening pick. 5 versus 4 for EKU, and I mean this is one where you want to wrap this one up. And a great shot there from Infecto Man onto Bliss, and they know Diffuser is down.
Yeah. Especially now we see the ping come out.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser. Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
K-Bomb will drop, so no post, late round trickery from him. 2 minutes still on the clock, so a lot of time for RC to work with. And, we talked a little bit about how trades are not in the best interest of the defense. RC now has a little bit more wiggle room to work with K-Bomb being down.
Yes, however, one of their strongest times attacking this site specifically on this half was their blitz.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
they do have that blitz down, and they only have that 49 health on Thatcher. EKU just needs to play it together and smart here, and it should be another round win.
I will say they've also set up this site in a pretty flexible way. I mean, Kiwi can get pretty creative here, depending on how this round goes as we approach, the 45-second, 30-second mark. Serpent's going to be the one that's about to get a lot of pressure on him. And this is a great rotation out of EKU White. They rotate over to help Serpent, and Serpent does a great job of rotating out back into protection.
Yes.
And this is putting RCE in a bit of a bind.
Mine active and ready.
And Kiwi is going to take his flexibility, will drop, and that's going to allow EKU to have some pretty strong late round
Mine
tricks.
ready.
Yeah. Be able to play into that.
On Kiwi, I'm telling EKU to make noise. Make
Yes.
noise.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
Ugrave will find one. That'll be Diffuser down. 25 seconds left on
It
the
looks like
clock.
Kiwi's about to be able to grab it. Yep.
Yep. Dominator will pick up Infecto, but I mean here, Ugrave from from the C4. I think both Kiwi and Ugrave, yeah, both of them threw the C4s. I think, yeah, two go off, and that's a great round win from EKU. Make it 3. Again,
One at a time.
one at a time. The goal is not to win this map. The goal is to win one round at a time.
Much like Johnny Cash, one piece at a time. We are taking this one round at a time.
Yep.
Just keeping it as close as you can. And as you said, you want to win at least 4 here, and we are at 3.
Yeah, you'd love to. I mean, you win another one, you've pretty much done your job. You sucked a lot of the, momentum that RCE has, probably going into their map 3.
Yeah, and from a player's perspective, I will say in tournament games,
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
losing rounds in a game you're sweeping on probably takes away
it's so
more mental
frustrating.
than you gain if you sweep.
Oh no, it's so frustrating. I'm a big COD guy. Being up 5-1 in S&D. If it goes 5-4 and we win the map there, I'm just frustrated. I'm
Yeah.
like, come on, guys. Like,
You're more mad than had you.
how we just won.
Yeah, you're more mad and get more negative mental than positive from the
Yeah.
win there.
So I mean, that's really what you're looking to. You're looking to play the marathon, not just this one sprint.
10 seconds
And
left before insertion.
if miracles
10 seconds
happen
left before
and
insertion.
EKU takes this round,
5 seconds left before insertion.
there's no
5
better
seconds left
mental
before
boost
Oh, for sure.
than
Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
even making a game close
Oh,
that
yeah.
was this far behind.
Again, one round at a time is all we're looking for, and EKU is actually playing very vertical here on vents. This is going to be interesting to see how they play this.
Wall 45. Wall 45.
I mean, really, once again, from a player's perspective, being down that far, this seems like a chance. I know you said like creativity's for the scrims, but when you're down this far, it's like we tried this.
Throw some Hail Marys out there. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? You're already down 3 rounds. They're on map point.
Absolutely.
Yoshijin will find Kiwi. That'll draw first blood for RCE. And it looks like RCE has done a decent job of reading this play. EKU White, jig's kind of up for them. Here comes some pressure. Will take down Headhunter though, as Infecto Man does get out. And Yukari is actually going to get insane timing. Will go down, unfortunately. They do know that the diffuser is down up there. Oh, and that is a beautiful play. Oh, they get him. 2 versus 2. Oh, and he's got the read. Sit him down, Serpent. That's 2 in the round. Dominator, 1 versus 2. And I mean, K-Bomb. Oh, K-Bomb knows. He's got the read on, on the sound cues. Careful though. I mean, a minute and a half is an eternity in these situations.
Oh, it looks like they're both.
So, I mean, Serpent comes up, and that makes a lot of noise. That eerie silence.
Both on the edge of our seats here.
The Grim comes out. We'll lock onto Serpent, giving him some information. We'll grab the diffuser. And this is good. They both rotate down. I mean, this is strong. There is a couple of angles that they have to worry about, but sometimes in these situations, sometimes you just give stuff up and you're like, if he takes this insane route, we give it to him. Drop comes in. Calm. And then Serpent will find the kill. That's 3 in the round for him. EKU reach 4. And again, 1 round at a time. That's all you're looking for. The goal is not to win the map. The goal is to win each round.
And I mean, what a confidence booster from that round.
Yeah, I mean, that is
Taking it
like
from
pressure.
guaranteed loss almost to evening it up, taking it into that 2v1, and you don't even need the second person. You win your gunfight in the 1v1.
Yeah, I mean, even talking like a little bit about, when you're on the side of the winning team in this situation and you're just losing these rounds, that round is one of those where I'm getting frustrated for sure. Because there's multiple times in there, like, they don't follow up on Headhunter. They don't follow up their blitz, and they let they let like one potential extra kill get out because they don't follow up.
Just allowing for those rotates on the defenders is just it's just a domino that lets your whole team fall.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about some stat lines really quick. Ugrave, double positive, 12 and 6. Serpent, over a 2 KD, 13 and 5. Usagen on the side of RC, 14 and 6. I mean, these guys have all came to play here in the grand final. They're showing why they deserve to be here. As we go back to Teller Bathrooms, this was EKU's most comfortable round win on defense thus far. Pretty standard for them across the board. Let's see what they can do here in round number 11.
Yeah, I mean, we said just get to 4, but if they get to 5, they can make it to 6. And that'll put us into overtime.
The goal is not the map. The goal is each round. Now that is a smart play at RCE. That shield in particular gave them quite a bit of issue initially. So dealing with that is pretty good.
Yeah, that is where we got a very valuable pick that first time on this point.
Couple of shots coming through the wall. That will destroy the mirror, opening up a couple extra lines of sight. That flash gonna do a lot of work here for the side of RCE. So far, EKU doing a good job of withstanding the pressure. Problem is, this setup is not exactly the most flexible. Does a great job of actually getting out of the way, and you can abandon this if you want. There's no need to keep fighting here. You can retreat, you can back up, give them some space. Don't be afraid to do that.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of my mindset when playing those shooter games is if you don't win that first engagement, you leave.
Drop the bomb diffuser.
And that's a great shot at a K-bomb. I heard 2 bullets and Dom goes down. They take down Dissect as well. Ugrave does that as well. Finds 2 out of nowhere. Great shots on the Usagen. Hitting the free fires. Wilbuff will take down Infecto just above, but will go down as well. K-bomb finishes him up.
This is a 1v4.
And I mean, I feel like this is all just unraveled out of nowhere.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
Oh, so we did maybe hear those footsteps.
Yeah. I mean, Headhunter, 1v4, if you win this, hats off to you. But Ugrave is hunting with his Echo drone currently.
I mean, if they do drop through that hatch, which is somewhat likely, if we just keep that drone watching it and stun and just...
Headhunter will take down K-bomb. Good angle there, but 20 seconds on the clock. I mean, as long as all angles are secure, I mean, you really could just lay down. They're not going to do that. They're going to take the gunfight. Serpent's going to take it down. And again, the goal is not to win the map. The goal is to win the round. Round 12. RCE, match point, EKU. The goal is to win the round. They're going to go back to Armory and Archives.
I mean, lose this round, you went from a 1 and 6 to 5 and 6.
Yeah.
Win this round, and map 2 is suddenly an overtime.
10, yeah.
Either way, you're feeling good.
And out of nowhere, the cap can't peg.
Maybe we'll see a triple cab cam.
I feel like we gotta.
I
feel like it's gotta.
legacy at this point. See if we can get another post-mortem trap.
They locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
I mean, we can talk about it a little bit more. Ugrave and Serpent, dishing out damage here in map 2. Both 14 kills respectively. Usagen as well on the side of RCE. But a lot of supporting actors. Infecto Man's leading the lobby in assists. He has 5 of them. Kiwi doing his thing, 3 kills, 3 assists. And K-Bomb obviously with the 7 and 3.
I mean, even looking at these scoreboards, I feel like it is important to know that for the people that don't understand as much about games like this and are just tuning in for excitement for the finals here, that when we're talking about these kill feeds, that 3 and 9, there's nothing bad about that.
No,
when your
especially with
teammates have 14,
Yeah.
like,
Only so many people can do so
Yeah.
good at once. I mean, your
can't-
teammates are combining for 28.
yeah, you can't really fault someone for not
That's like
getting much when they
that's
don't
6
see 'em.
full rounds of kills.
Yeah, you can't see an enemy to kill them. It's just
A red ping
excellent
comes
game.
out. Usually, I'd get. I don't really like red pings. I'll be the first to say it. But comes out there and notice we're missing blitz on the side of RCE.
Little oopsie there on their util placement. Happens to the best of us.
Now, I do want to caution EK to be careful, and so far, I mean, Serpent, I mean, I'll let this guy challenge anything. It's 14 kills. He can challenge whatever he wants. He can challenge the best in the world. Yeah, he's going back.
Maybe we should rename that wall Servant Wall.
Oh, I suppose. Just a little aggressive. Wobuff takes him down. But K-Bomb has a few tricks here. He's in position to make something happen as we approach the mid-round. I don't think anyone on the side of RCE is on bottom floor, so... You know, you can get some tricks going. This is tense. This is tense. Ugrave has to lay down. A minute on the clock still, and I mean... Down one man, the pressure's gonna mount.
Yeah, I don't know that this is a fight. We really want to keep fighting.
If he hit the C4, that'd be so good right now. Yeah, and Yosogen is gonna take down Infecto. And he goes up, will get taken down. And all of a sudden, Kiwi and K-Bomb left in a 2 versus 5. We'll find the
It's there.
first. 2 versus 4.
Ready to push them out.
Attackers are
Planter
activating the bomb diffuser.
will go
Attackers
down.
are activating the bomb.
And Dissect will take down Kiwi. Unfortunately, K-Bomb did shoot. Finds one through the wall. Okay.
Intentional.
Sure.
Oh.
Nomad.
Honestly, maybe
kinda
took him
safe,
out,
though.
honestly took him out of the combat there. Not a spot you want to be in.
Yeah, 20 seconds on the clock, so you can say goodbye to this one. But, I mean, way to bring that one, you know, back. Kind of grind that momentum to the hole. Just a couple of things, you know, get a little overzealous there, but that will give RCE one map in our grand finals. That's going to put things at 1-1 in our best of 5. We're going to go to a very brief intermission. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
And it looks like we are back, starting in map 3. We're going to Night Haven Labs. Now, Night Haven Labs is not a map that I know too well. However, we've seen a lot of gameplay on it and it's very good. And as we've learned over the past few weeks, I'm a Maverick enjoyer personally. So this is a map that we definitely can see some Maverick picks, but we're gonna go ahead and let them get into their ban phase. And it's like they read my mind and want the worst for me. We are seeing a Blitz, which is obviously what you expect. It's a common ban here. We saw some great Blitz gameplay in the previous rounds. Mira too, but that Maverick ban is just devastating. We love to see the Maverick, but there is that strategy with Maverick on the stairs, being able to grab that bottom of the floor and just hold that crazy head glitch angle. But we're gonna see here for that final ban from RCE and who they are not wanting to see here. So looks like that final ban we got in here is that Fenrir, which is, if we had Cole here, as we talked about, loving Fenrir and Maverick, we would both be very sad today.
Indeed, indeed. Nevertheless, we do see the Maverick go away.
Attackers need to locate
And on
defuse
Nighthaven, we
bomb
do
location.
actually allow the zombie through both teams, so that will be in the toolkit. I believe we'll see a lot of play here in round number 3.
Absolutely. And on the topic of
Bomb located
just
by
characters I
attackers.
love
Bomb located
getting
by
banned.
attackers.
Once I used to be a Mira main, they just ban Mira all the time. So then this new operator comes out, Azami. I was like, man, she's really good. She's fun. This is who I'll play now. And sure
And
enough, that is the second most
Ban. In bronze, banned. In silver,
5
banned.
seconds to go.
Banned.
5 seconds to go.
You just can't play the characters.
Attackers
I need to start liking characters that are like weird and niche to see if that changes the meta of who people ban.
Why is Tachanka getting banned?
Well, I do have a friend who is a Chonka one.
Of course he is. Hard breach already from the side of EKU. And lots of destruction starting for EKU. They're probably looking to get just a little bit of pressure going onto that site.
And it looks like they were holding on that staircase. That is where the Maverick play is, just to make me sad that he's not here.
And everything grinds to a bit of a halt. And that's a nice little C4.
bomb diffuser.
Kiwi though on the trade.
Attackers have
Good for
recovered their
him.
diffuser. Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
Now, unfortunately, with no Thatcher, it could be a bit difficult to get through this bandit wall. Ah, I see. Kiwi from the bottom should help out that situation.
That is way smarter than something I would ever be able to figure
Oh,
out.
for sure. Yoshi with a nice shot into Infecto. And now it really is a matter of, forcing the issue. I mean, 3 to 4. You've got site open. That's not the problem. The problem is, how do you get in?
Yeah, and it seems, interestingly enough, EKU is once again starting on the offensive.
That eerie silence for just a moment before spraying in circles to get rid of the barricade. I love it.
Yeah.
And the health advantage is not helpful to EKU either.
Got a combined total of about 2.
Attackers drop
Yeah,
the diffuser.
K-bomb gets
Attackers
dropped.
drop the diffuser.
And this should most certainly spell disaster. A nice couple of shots there from Kiwi. Okay. K-bomb is down and will be finished by
15
Snoop.
seconds left. 15 seconds left.
Demon gonna be able to take down Kiwi. Yoshi gonna clean it up Serpent. And that will be round number 1 gone to the wayside for EKU. RCE will pick that one up.
Yeah, and we do see some play from Snoopy there, which is the player that was subbed in between the rounds from Headhunter.
As we head to basement. And again, that vertical play is everything. We see the ram coming out. Yang will make another appearance. And the denial once again. Snoopy on the Cade. Tuber are going to be out. And a bandit as well. Really denying the hard breach.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bomb.
Yeah, so once again, we're seeing all too familiar. Round 1 going to RCE here, but We'll see if this is like map 2 where they continue to just sweep defense and then we get a couple rounds on them on offense, or more even like map 1 was, where it's kind of give and take
Attackers
on
have discovered the location
defense.
of a bomb. Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
Wall fortified! Wall fortified!
10 seconds left before insertion. 10 seconds left before insertion.
Gonna reload.
5 seconds left.
And they're once
5 seconds
again
left.
kind of that interesting team comp of just not wanting that hard breach whatsoever, having both
I'm reloading.
operators that can put that electric walls up as well as that Tubero there.
Yeah, I mean, you're dealing with the walls and you're dealing with hatches, I presume. Tuber out most certainly going to come into effect here. Probably allow for a Cade bandit trick. And then EKU, you want him to get active a little bit earlier on here. Do not want them to fall behind such as they did in the round, or in the map prior. And we'll see some vertical play already starting. Thermite will go off. Oh, just barely.
Almost. What a great timing there.
And dissect. I mean, finds Kiwi through.
Absolute execute on Kiwi.
Yeah, just a bomb. Oh, you know, shotgun to the head. I presume from up top.
Gotta reload. Gotta reload.
Most likely.
Here goes Yang.
Like that. Like that.
Smokes her out as well.
Attackers bomb diffuser has
Serpent's gonna get dropped as he runs in. Okay.
Not sure what was happening
Yeah,
there.
I mean, EKU again picked apart by lag and by the enemy.
Drone's ready. Drone's ready.
Okay. Bye, drone. Yeah, and K-Bomb and you really have no choice here but to rotate out and try something else. I mean, walking through the same doorway of death is not exactly the most intelligent strategy of all time. And so they wrap out. Lots of noise being made though in the process.
Well, looks like will they be able to find this player here?
Yeah, most certainly. Most certainly. I mean, looking for something, but 2 versus 4, health advantage, I mean, to the wayside. Lucky to find 1. If that. I mean, this angle's cheeky. I believe this is dissect. Yeah, it is. He finds his 3rd. Make it 4. Okay. Yeah, cheeky little spot here. Hard to do much.
Oh, what a shot.
Yeah. EKU. Do not want to wake up late into the game like you did last time.
Yeah. Trying to get, as we were talking about, same mindset, just one round at a time.
Yeah.
Start that early.
Nothing wrong with it.
Being able to kind of build up that barrier before you have to try to clutch up again on a...
Can we win this round? That is the question. Gonna see the same comp as we move to Kitchen Cafe.
But now we have a cap can to
attackers
deal with.
to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can. Defuse as many bombs as they can.
Maybe this is the round we see a post-mortem cap can
Maybe.
just on the other team.
And, you know, based on this, we'll likely see EKU work from the top floor.
Mag device activated. Mags. Device placed. Device placed.
Again, lots of, I mean, you talk about a team that loves their traps, RCE Red. I mean, we've seen Legion traps, we've seen Lucy traps, we've seen Capcan traps,
10
we've
seconds
seen
remaining.
Frost
10
traps, we've
seconds
seen
remaining.
Venti set! Venti set!
other
5
traps.
seconds remaining.
I've seen Finner,
5 seconds
but I
remaining.
think that might have been from EKU.
I think it's from both sides.
Attackers' objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Hold on, there's
Locate a
one.
bomb and defuse it.
Alright, there's 2. No triple, just the 2. There's the other 2.
There's 2 more over there. really what we want to see from EKU here is they continue to play well, I would say, in those first halves. Getting to where they need to be, they just hesitate too much in that mid.
Yeah, the setup is not the problem. The execution is the problem. But K-Bomb, nice little angle there, takes down Wooba. Serpent takes down one of his own before Yosu gets the trade. And that opens up EKU nicely. Again, the setup is not the problem. The execute's the problem. Yugure, though, tries to make sure there's no problem. Takes down Yosu.
Nah, I'm just hoping we did not manifest a post-mortem Capcan here.
Yeah, I certainly hope we do not.
EKU just needs to be careful of their doorways. Those two doorways.
Yes, only those two. Oh, that's some good info. Yellow ping out.
One final yellow ping for the road.
Dissect. We'll take down Yugure. That'll be diffuser down. Oh, and the timing on the drone. We'll get some more info. But again, this has been their vice. We take too long on the execute. We get into time trouble, and I mean, you know, yes, it is 3v2, but look how quickly that can change. Health goes down, and with 50 seconds, this time trouble can act as a player for RCE.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
Looks like we do have.
Maybe we'll take down Kiwi. Another player is dropped, and the trades are not there. RCE, they take her on 3.
I mean, once again, EKU is just a teensy bit.
It's just not clean on the execute. The setups are clean. Their early round routes, their planning is fine. You know, in border to start, maybe just a lack of study. And this, it just feels like a lack of confidence going into the mid round.
Absolutely. It is that. It seems to purely just be off of that confidence issue where, I mean, any games, this is an issue, but the grand finals, I cannot imagine the stress on all of these players that sometimes you need to realize that, yes, this is a strategy game, and as much strategy gets put into it, there's a time and place when it becomes just swing and win your gun. And I think that's kind of where we're getting a bit of hesitations because we don't want to lose the gunfights. So we're not necessarily picking them when we should.
10 seconds to go. 10 seconds to go. Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
But
discovered the location of a bomb. Insertion. 5 seconds.
one round at a time. We get one here.
Attackers
And we still have a
are heading
chance.
out to defuse a bomb. Attackers are heading out to defuse a
I mean,
bomb.
that is really the motto to live by, man. One round at a time. Every game you play is just the collection of rounds that it took to get to the end.
Yeah. Even if you want to go more on the micro level of Siege, it is. You even go one fight at a time.
Yeah.
Just focus on the here and now. Real, like, think, hey, do I take this gunfight? Do I leave this gunfight? Do I re-challenge a swing? Do I rotate? Live in the moment, and you're good.
Stand by to witness the punch. Stand by to
Yeah,
witness the
especially heavy on that. You know, you don't have to take every gunfight. That is definitely true.
I love that diamond weapon skin. I remember the amount of time it took me grinding 100,000 renown to get it.
Yeah, I mean, we're still 5v5. I mean, no one has gotten to a gunfight yet. Again, it's not the setup. This is clean so far. They know what they're wanting to do. C4 comes out, Kiwi goes down, swings start coming out. More damage going to the wayside. Here comes another swing. Thankfully for the Nomads, saves someone's life. K-Bomb will find that kill, but Stoopy's quick on the refrag. K-Bomb, good trade from him. That's his second in the round. Health advantage goes to the way of RCE. And it looks like they want to pressure this A-Bomb. Question is, how do you do it? Oh, you want to peek, don't you? Okay, well, I'm not convinced that that should have happened.
Yeah, you're caught on the tiniest little piece of wood there.
And this is Omni wants to peek. Wobuff likes to challenge. Yeah, and that sound cue comes in. He's just able to peek it. I mean, talk about the definition of a headset. Oh! Oh! 3 on the round. Problem is, time trouble once again, 10 seconds. I mean, you gotta make something happen here. Goes through, a good flank that finds 4.
5 seconds left.
And he's gonna take the kill. He doesn't know he's on the left. He doesn't know he's on the... Oh! I mean, so close, man. Best you had with what you got, I mean.
Yeah, you can't, I mean...
You can't ask the guy to do much more.
Yeah, I've been in that shoe multiple times. I'm just into the round. What more can you do?
I mean, really, what more can you do?
I would like to point out, though, that that round was still phenomenal. I mean, you heard both me and Alan having the exact same reaction to everything that happened there. Just an amazing play, even if it didn't end with a round win. Looks like we've got the Jackal here. And Jackal is, I think, a universally hated operator to go against.
Usually, I mean, you know, when I played back in the olden days, Jackal was a pretty universal ban as well.
Absolutely. Now there's so many more have been released that I understand banning over Jackal.
You can, I mean, it's also in a team sense as well. You know, comp playing very different than ranked.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot easier to play around as opposed to, you know, in ranked where, you know, one solo player can make or break the game.
Yeah. And as somebody who absolutely loves to play Valk on Rome, that is one of my go-tos for defense. The moment I see Jackal is tracking me, I just about give up in the round. Like, there's not much I can do there.
Some confusion. I thought someone called for a pause,
Yeah.
but the way these guys are talking, gang maybe bugged?
Looks like we're offering possibly to try a timeout, see if that
Fixes the
fixes what we
issue.
got going on.
More so just annoyed now than anything.
Although,
Okay, well the lobby's definitely bugged. We're gonna have to rehost.
yeah, so honestly, having a rehost like this, it's annoying, but it does give both teams time to breathe, think about
Attackers need to locate and defuse
what they got
the
going
bomb.
on.
Locate and defuse
Alright,
the
so
bomb.
we will be right back. Don't go anywhere. We're gonna get this rehost, and we will be right back. Alright, and we are back. Down 4-0 EKU. Need a little bit of help. Won't lie to you. They do have the benefit of having won map 1, so this is not going to be it if they lose map number 3, but certainly do not want to go down 1-2 if you can afford it.
Yeah. We see the Habana here for our hard breach.
Attackers need to locate and defuse
Which
bombs.
is
Locate and
another one of
defuse
my
bombs.
favorite operators.
I feel like every operator is your favorite.
No, I just like, I play the ones that get banned. And then they get nerfed. I stop playing them. But I still have a spot in my heart. Habana, I talked about this last time we played. Habana, if we're being so honest, I just liked the elite skin. So I got it.
One of those cosmetic favorites.
And then I started playing the character. So that was the character I played after
10
Maverick
seconds to go.
became
10
like
seconds to
the
go.
loudest character in the game and pretty useless on every map like this one.
5
Is
seconds
Black
left.
Ice like still like the cool camo to have?
Locate and defuse the bomb. Locate.
To me it is. I don't know though for sure because you'll see people with like so much stuff,
Cover the diffuser.
like anime girls on their gun
Okay.
now. It's just like, what has happened? I remember it was just like you could be blue or black ice or green.
EKU looks like they're gonna work from the top down. As they are slowly infecting the third floor. And again, we'll say it, the problem has not been the setups thus far, it has been the executions. Let's see if they can get something going here in map number 3.
Yeah, just grab just that bit of confidence in their push, be able to actually execute from this vertical play into the site itself.
String something together to make a few ideas work. Unfortunately for them, Snoopy's got ideas of his own. He will find one K-bomb quick to find a refrag. And so we're even, 4-4.
And once again, that's definitely more beneficial to attackers than it is for defenders. However,
That is most certainly beneficial for the defenders.
it fully depends on how the rest of the round goes, whether or not that advantage sticks. And in this case,
It does not.
1C4 and it does not stick.
Yeah, I think, honestly, lots of room for EKU to get a little creative here. Really, diversify their repertoire. Because right now it feels like just,
A bomb
the
has been
standard
located. A bomb has been located.
is not working for them right now.
Sending trace system attached. Sending trace system attached. Going live.
Kiwi looking to make
Going live.
a bit of a play on his own. Will take down the Legion Mark.
Now we're just in that phase of waiting, gathering that information, till we are able to fully drop into that site.
I mean,
And this is
problem
where
is-
we have lost it every time.
Yeah, I mean, probably, yeah. It's just a matter of we get to the situation and we don't have a direction we want to push from. We don't know where we want to go. We get stuck in this mid-round trap every time, and things just continue to fall apart. RCE, they're about to take round 5.
Serpent does shut down the triple
5 seconds.
from
5 seconds.
the sect here. Putting up a strong fight there at the end, but it is not enough to be able to close out the round.
And so, we enter the last round of the half. RCE are gonna go kitchen cafeteria. And EKU, I mean, sign of life
Yeah.
is what we're looking for here.
Once again, just one round, and it puts you in. I don't even think it can be overstated how better of a spot you're in if you just went.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, I mean, 10-2 is not, great in Val, but I'd much rather be 10-2 than, 12-0.
Locate and defuse bomb.
Or the infamous 9-3.
9-3 is better than anything.
That is the
Especially if you're
curse.
playing split.
Attackers have
hate
discovered the location of a bomb. Discovered the location of a bomb.
Opposite of Siege, where you'll be like, I really like this map. I like this operator. Valorant is, I hate this
I
map.
hate every operator, I hate every map.
Place devices.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
That's how I feel about COD.
It's like we're in that setup phase, looking all too familiar, except. Correct me if I'm. Never mind.
seconds left.
I was like, correct me if I'm wrong. It's the
10
first time we've seen
seconds left before
EKU play Ash here, but
5 seconds to
going
go.
back up to the Thermite and Monty. And
Yeah, bringing the Monty out, I mean, that is the Hail Mary. That you can't go. I mean, try whatever. Do something. That's the goal.
We are all set. When should we all set?
Something that I've also noticed, I feel like, back in our time, when we played this game pretty seriously,
That's fine.
I never remember my setups taking so long. Now we go like 20 seconds
yeah,
into the round still getting set up. Maybe my setups were always bad.
yeah, that's gonna run
My
through, like,
setups are probably
honestly,
trash.
and I think if we're confessing our bad mechanics here, sometimes I feel like if the round starts and I didn't finish setting up, I just gave up on setup and started playing the game.
So what was the highest rank you ever made it to?
Dude, I don't even remember.
That's probably.
I didn't play a lot of rank when we played. I come from a friend group. Rank's too stressful.
Lame.
Well, nowadays my mindset is very different. If I'm playing a game and not playing ranked, why am I even playing it?
That's so true.
Reloading. Reloading.
For Serpent in particular, though, this guy, I mean, his job is, the bandit trick is, K-Bomb is in shock.
Anyone was asking if we saw that.
K-Bomb said, hey, you don't see that? My thermite just disappeared. And a nice kill right there. Kiwi using that vertical alignment. Very strong indeed.
And now we get the thermite popping forward.
And now, EKU once again have put themselves in a position, but nevertheless, Dissect. I mean, I feel like every time we're about to hype up EKU, Dissect just comes out of nowhere and finds a headshot or two.
Yeah. I mean, just props where it's due. A great player right there.
Yeah, now, I mean, we entered the late round, 45 seconds on the clock. EKU, what do? Make a decision, make something happen here. They will do that, they will find Frey. It's 35 seconds, unfortunately Dominator's gonna take down K-Bomb. In fact, they're gonna have to deal with the Legion Trap. Dominator finds his second. 1 versus 3, good night. 6 in a row for RCE here in map number 3.
Yeah. All we can hope for is a miracle like we had last game, almost followed through entirely. Just a reverse sweep. That's the win con here. And it is
Steep.
not a likely win
Steep hill.
con.
Steep hill. 1 round at a time, but steep.
Not impossible. We do see an Ella.
Yeah, we haven't seen that at all.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, there we go.
That's probably why.
But yeah, I think Ella's a much better operator in concept than in play. Anytime you're like, I could hit him with those concusses, be able to play off of them, and you never end up hitting them with the concusses.
Defender used by
And then
attackers.
also, like,
Used by
her gun used to be really good,
Oh yeah,
and now it is not, as far as I can remember.
yeah. At least when I was thinking, nothing's worse than when we had our guest commentator here. That was a lot more about the game. We were talking about Sophia, and I mentioned being able to
Wall reinforced.
pick up yourself when you're down. How cool of an ability that is. And Max turns to me and goes, I fear that's not been in the game for like 2 years. So we're not really.
5 seconds.
Oh, that's so funny.
5 seconds
We're
left.
not really too confident in some of our.
Oh, that
Yeah.
is so funny. I fear that's not been in the game for like 2 years. It's a pretty crazy statement.
So I knew some deep cut stuff. Like operators are able to pick themselves up.
He said, yeah, I can't get over that. I fear that hasn't been in the game for like 2 years.
Yeah. So I think the gun's still nerfed.
Why do I come to you for analysis again?
Because you look.
Oh, you're right. Webbuff takes some damage from the Cade early on. Nothing to be too concerned about if you're RCE. Time to get a hold of this breach though. Tubero going to do his thing. Keep that from going off. Manages to stall for just a little while longer. However, it is most certainly going to get broken, and Dominator is going to take down Q with a nice little headshot there. And that will blow up. Serpent, though, does take down Dissect. Does a great job. And nice shot
what a
by
shot.
Infecto Man. 4 versus 3 now. K-Bomb, Ugrave.
Attackers have dropped the
Do a
bomb.
good job of cleaning up. And Denominator. He is the common denominator.
Setting needle candy.
Can he find 4? This would be crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Don't give him the ace. I think EKU, they show signs of life.
Absolutely.
Welcome back.
One round at a time.
So true. So true.
Just holding out hope. Fingers crossed.
Where I am, there's always hope.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Number 1 and number 2 EKU supporters right here.
Oh, yeah. You bet.
We won't say who's who, but
Oh,
we can fight for them.
they know. They know.
It's like,
Similar setup.
yeah.
Just going to basement now. Interesting, you know, I think they're gonna give up the looks like they're gonna give up the hatches. No Cade in sight for them. So playing definitely they're gonna have to have a lurker up top, probably be their
Protect your
Legion.
bombs from being defused by attackers. From being defused by attackers.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Castle.
Wall fortified! Wall fortified!
Device placed.
Night Haven Maps.
Wall reinforced.
Hell would sound if it was in Halo.
Reinforced.
It sure is on this on if it was in Halo.
Device set.
That's what we need. Next 24-hour stream Halo tournament.
Absolutely not. Not with Infinite the way it is right now.
No, he said Infinite. We bring out some old Xbox 360s, connect them with
okay.
LAN,
10 seconds to go.
get some old Halo.
Connecting them with LAN cables, doing 2v2 tournament. Okay.
Yeah, that's what we
That's
need.
okay.
Attackers' objective is to locate a
Stream
bomb.
about
Back when gaming was fun, guys.
Log into
Don't you remember when gaming was fun?
Log into someone's Twitch account on the Xbox. Stream it from one no face cam.
That's insane.
That's peak right there.
Try to go down a little bit. Yet, no one crosses in.
You see, they're prepping for that.
Oh yeah, they want that bandage trick, you know it. Yeah, this angle, let me tell you, K-Bomb gonna have to play his life.
Yes.
Because they know.
Yeah, and I mean, they did it first,
Dissect did it first.
so they know. But if anyone's got this, K-Bomb's got this.
We got Bolo on the team, I suppose. In fact, that man doing the little Bolo flicks. A minute in, and I mean, these guys, they love to take their time. No one shoots at anyone for the first minute of the round.
Yeah.
Why? Why would you do that?
It is getting close to
Not
Christmas
polite.
time, so it might be a holiday truce.
True. I wonder who their Secret Santas are. I mean, 4 people are around K-Bomb. This guy is most certainly going to be a feature featuring the creature here in a moment.
Absolutely.
Kiwi takes up a lot of damage. He's going to have to back off there. Gets away just in time to not be affected by the flash. Wubbuff gets hit by the Legion. won't be a big deal. I mean, a minute 20. RCE maybe just having a little bit of the same trouble. I feel like so far their setup's been pretty clean, but now they start to get a little distraught. Serpent gonna find Dissect for the first. And now it's a matter of holding on to this advantage. Health is questionable. About even overall.
Ooh.
Snoopy
Unlucky
will
timing
pick up
there.
K-Bomb. And that's definitely gonna put a damper on things.
Creature has been unfeatured.
So true. Trades go back and forth. Serpent finds one use and finds two. Quick trades come in. Ugrave trying to hold it together piece by piece, brick by brick. Shout out Optic Gaming. And the health advantage, man, it's hard to get over. Kiwi lit up. Ugrave, I mean, better, but not great. RCE has 200.
Yeah, and we're seeing what we've been wanting to see these past few rounds, where they are getting those trades fast.
Yeah, that swing. I mean, Kiwi, I think this is going to be all she wrote.
Attackers have located a bomb.
11
Attackers
seconds.
located
They're
a
going to
bomb.
be able to get
Attackers
this
have recovered
diffuser
their
down.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser. 5 seconds remaining.
I mean,
5 seconds
Kiwi,
remaining.
I mean, this isn't a terrible play. It's a kind of hope.
Attackers are activating the bomb.
Starts
Attackers
moving
are
once the
activating
red ping
bomb
comes
diffuser.
in.
August deployed, cam ready. August deployed, cam ready.
Problem is, I mean, there's not much you can do here. 35 seconds. You have to thread the needle hard.
Absolutely possible, but is it plausible?
Tags come in. 24 seconds, though. You gotta go faster than this.
Cam on.
Time is not on your side. Goes through the hole, and that's gonna call game 3. And unfortunately for us, that is gonna end our coverage tonight with EKU down 2-1. Due to, you know, the Rex closing, we cannot finish casting the series, but at some point we hope to update you all about the game and how the grand finals went. But overall, especially a strong showing from EKU in map number 1, and
Absolutely.
almost making something insane happen in map number 2. But unfortunately, we are going to have to call it there, guys. But it's been a great semester casting with you,
yeah.
Dakota.
Yeah, we're finally back. The reunion stream.
Finally. Got caught up. I had all these concerts I had to go
yeah.
to. It's just a mess. But that is going to be it for us. I'm Alan.
This is Dakota, and we'll see you all next
We will
semester.
see you all next semester indeed.